back, Sexerinos, to RPG Pals Club as we bring you more of Sexy Battle Wizards. I'm Luke, your game master for this sextacular, battle-rific, wizardarial role-playing game where we were playing Sexy Battle Wizards, a game created by Grant Howlett. I am Luke, your GM, he, him, sometimes they, them. Returning, we have, assuming the role of Gordon the Green.
Hi, I'm Sahoni. I go by he, him, and I am playing Gordon the Green, who is very ready to bring the charm.
And playing Dominic Astrollo.
Hi, I'm Eric, aka Rhythm Bastard, and I will be playing Dominic Astrollo, just a motherfucking star boy. And I want you. I don't know if I need you, but I'm dying to find out.
And playing XX Blades Shadowcut XX.
That'll be me, Madison. She, her, playing Blade Shadowcut. The fucking edgiest son of a bitch you've ever seen.
Yeah, and the way that this goes, continuity doesn't really exist. This is like a weird cartoon that's made for syndication, but also definitely not for children.
So it caused a lot of awakening.
I will not be acknowledging the town we exploded last time.
Well, because it's just another in the long line of towns that you all have exploded.
It's gotten lost in the
Please, we saved them.
Saved them by fire.
We saved them from themselves. No town, no more monsters to screw it up. So, I mean, really, we did them a favor.
No town, no problem.
Everyone wins.
And so we start off on the College Errant, the massive floating castle on a piece of rock where everyone kind of hangs out until danger rears its ugly head. This week, a alarm goes off that's like, whoop, 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 whoop.
I wake up and I go, that's the sound of the police. No.
That's the sound of the beat.
Yeah, but I go, what is that dreadful noise?
What noise?
The woo 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 woo.
Oh, the one that goes,
yeah.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
That one, yeah. Thank you.
The system is down. The system.
Being hacked.
I think Gordon was busy watering his plants and taking pictures for sexy Instagram, again, the Instagram for only sexy people, doing like hashtag plant daddy stuff.
And where is Dominic Astrollo when the alarm goes off?
Dominic is probably hanging out, in like an old school diner, like resting back on a jukebox, just a sexy ass motherfucker. And then like when he hears the whoop whoop, he automatically like takes his cool jacket off and starts like twirling it around his head. Then it's like, oh wait, shit, that's a danger alarm. And then puts his jacket back on and starts looking around.
And what about Blades, Shadowcat?
Blades is in the dungeon. Not for reasons you would think. I'm working out hauling very large swords instead of weights.
Mm-hmm.
This is not Dungeons and Daddies, BDSM podcast.
You have to work those muscles somehow to maintain this immaculate form behind my enormous and very powerful beard. It takes a moment for the whoop whoop of the fucking alarm to pierce through the veil of darkness that is this dungeon.
Hey Luke, what's that sound again?
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah.
There it is. It's pierced the darkness.
And that specific alarm directs you to the danger oven.
The danger oven?
Yeah, which one of you is going to open the danger oven?
I believe I will open the danger oven.
You put on your sexual oven mitts.
Yeah, no, they're very sexy oven mitts. They're a very complimenting shade of green. They just like, even if I'm fully dressed, they suggest like, ooh, what if naked cooking? Mm-hmm. But like without dangers to being sexy, like grease or other things.
Dropping a cookie on your dick.
Yeah, they're very sexy. Very chic.
And so you open up the danger oven and pull out the danger cake, which says that a army of terracotta warriors is heading towards Centaur.
Oh no. Well, that sounds absolutely dreadful. Thank you, witch from Hansel and Gretel, for letting us know this.
The oven doesn't respond, it's just a magical oven.
Well, yeah, yes, I'm thanking the inventor of the magical oven. She reformed after the whole child eating incident.
The whole child eating incident.
Mhm.
You know.
Whomst among us hasn't eaten a child?
Really, she got off that child diet and got hot as fuck, actually.
Yeah, It was aging her. There was so much fat in that.
Yeah, like kids aren't keto friendly.
They truly are.
Mhm. And then she got married, and now her name is Veronica, not child eating hyphen child eater.
Precisely.
All the concerns about me eating children have been answered by the hyphenated surname of my partner.
I'm fucking knocking on the door. There are children missing today. Would you have anything to know about that? Have you seen my last name? Not child eater / child eater.
Have you guys seen the short Witches on Tinder?
Yes.
No.
Just requires a little bit of blood.
If I saw a green old lady who came up to me and told me she needed my blood for a youth potion, I would just give it to her.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's very good. I highly recommend you guys look that up later.
But yes, the danger cake has alerted you that headed towards Centaur, which is spelled Sintor, is a army of terracotta warriors.
Terracotta? That isn't even very strong. We'll just punch right through them. Pathetic.
You know, I've always had a weakness for pottery.
Yeah, breaking pottery always, I don't know, there's just something that feels cathartic about it, you know?
It's good auditory. It's good ASMR.
It's very sensual, rubbing your hands up and down the curves of mud.
A very good pot before you crush it between your
Yes.
thighs.
Especially if you have a ghost that's behind you and helping you guide your hands.
We see Astrollo pull a picture of Patrick Swayze out of his jacket and then looks at it solemnly and then puts it back.
Eric, not to actually, but I believe you mean sexy Patrick Swayze.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is sexy Patrick Swayze, which is like 4 Patrick Swayzes normal put together.
The Swayze squad, if you will.
Yeah.
My mind went to like a 4-headed Swayze Cerberus, like 4 Swayze heads on a single body.
The Swerverus.
The Swaberus.
Yes.
The Swaverus! He guards sexy hell.
You see, I was thinking like the perfect Swayze, like,
Yeah.
you know, the hottest like body from this movie and the hottest face from this movie, you know, like all this synced up into the ultimate Swayze.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it's
Swayze Prime.
instead you get the most Swayze, which is 4-headed Swerberus.
Swerverus.
Sexy Patrick Swayze, how did you get that body? What's your routine? He just looks at you and says, "Pain don't hurt,"
I possessed sexy Whoopi Goldberg.
which is just normal Whoopi Goldberg, as we all know.
She has an ass that can stop traffic.
And now I have that ass.
It's been scientifically proven.
So we cut to the College Errant hovering over and leading this massive army of terracotta warriors as a large figure. How are y'all descending down to the planet?
By motorcycle that can fly a la Lobo.
Well, you know, the broom is always like a good standby, and I'm always a sucker for the classics. I'm just going to do some neat snowboard tricks while following. You guys remember like the opening scene of the Power Rangers movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, this movie is just a bunch of like reused footage. We can use all that money for fucking skydiving.
Skydiving.
Yeah.
Blade Shadowcut. I believe last time he wreathed himself in his beard and flew like a phoenix. But this time he's decided to take a different route and just simply jumps off the College Errant and lands like a fucking superhero.
Is he gonna do the superhero fall?
Yes.
Well, you gotta have the 3-point landing, yeah.
Nice. When they land, they should have like a dark sigil.
I'm wreathed in shadows. So
Yeah.
when I land, I leave like a crater that's like on fire, except the fire is black because I'm edgy.
And then,
Yeah.
and then you like slowly look up and like chin down, eyes up, and it's so badass.
I'm so badass. It's so sexy about it.
And so you all land without a problem. We've just got to establish how sexy all these battle wizards are. And I think we've done a good job of that so far. And you see the leader of the army approaching, who is very muscular. He is about 7 foot tall, chiseled jaw, long, luscious, flowing hair, a like bronze breastplate, and nothing else.
No pants.
Nope. Okay.
No pants.
Well,
That's what
no-
makes
no-
it sexier.
Not even like a little sexy thong.
he's just like, oh, we're getting started already?
Yeah, like just like no bronze codpiece.
Well, I feel overdressed.
Halt! Who goes there in the way of my army?
Who leads
Please.
an army at this time of day?
I do.
Like I need an introduction.
I'm Chad Luscious Blaster Dick.
Yeah?
Word?
Care to repeat?
The Maryland Blaster Dicks?
My name is Chad Luscious Blaster Dick.
Chad Luscious Blaster.
Chad Luscious. It's one word.
I see.
It was my grandpappy's name, my sexy, sexy grandpappy.
Well, I kind of flick my hair up and give him a glare kind of from the side of my eye. It looks slightly dangerous and temptingly wild. And I say, Gordon the Green.
Roll me a sexy check.
Okay. Rolling a d6 on this?
Yeah,
Yep.
D6 for every sexy.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 4.
That is just enough to meet what I was looking for. So you're going to gain 1 stress.
It's very hard being this sexy on command.
So you shoot a sexy look, and he just takes it in. You literally see him absorb the look that you blow, turn it into smoke, and then blow it back as a kiss.
Flattered.
I think Dominic is, he doesn't have long, luscious locks. He's got like a pretty, like well-kept pompadour. So I think what he's going to do is instead, he's going to whip out his really like switchblade comb. And when it comes out, it folds out to the size of like Guts' sword from Berserk. And he runs the comb through his hair and he goes, Dominic Astrollo, sup. And then reaches his hand out for like a handshake a la the Predator.
He looks and does not meet your handshake. He does not respect you, which you can tell when he says, I don't respect you, Dominic Astrollo.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you for making that clear. I wasn't able to tell from his body language.
I know.
Blades just glares at him. This man has a fantastic name, but his personality stinks. Blade Shadowcut I am. Master of Shadows. And I demand you tell us why you lead this army to this town.
Because I'm going to destroy the town of Bonfallon.
Why?
Because it's my duty to destroy the town of Bonfallon. For I'm Chad Luscious Blasterdick.
We cannot permit you to destroy a town just willy-nilly.
Also, blowing up a town just because someone else wants you to, and that's pretty lame.
I don't think that's sexy at all.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're thinking for yourself at all.
I'm definitely thinking for myself, and I'm also thinking for all of these terracotta warriors. And you see that all of them are sculpted to look like Chad Luscious Blasterdick,
That's the same. Marvelous.
except with slightly smaller genitals.
Well, I have to say, not the worst work I've seen.
My own clone.
Now, all of you can either get out of my way, or we can start having a tussle here, unless you have some alternative solution to my sexy army.
I think I do. What if we make a sexier army and have a sexy army off where we see whose army is sexiest?
Okay, I was slightly confused there for a moment, sexy wise, because I wasn't
Yes.
sure if you were going to make an additional sexy army to accompany mine.
Oh, no, not to
No, of
accompany
course.
yours. To compete to see who's sexiest in a battle of sexy sexitude.
Ah, I mean, if you think you can stand up to all of this.
Yes, I think I can.
At the end of that, he pops a tiny boner.
Just ting.
It's just
No, it is a tall.
Oh, so it's like in the Renaissance Festival of Family Guy, where like that big boob chick comes along, and like you just see everyone training to be like the Renaissance Fair night, and it's like ting, 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 and then it goes over more, and it's like, oh wait a second, ding.
I'll take your word for it, Eric.
Okay, cool. To which Dominic Astrollo, well, I mean, I'm not impressed with all that when we got all of this. And then Dominic pops open his jacket, and then he flexes so hard that his biceps start to tear the sleeves.
Roll a sexy check.
All right. My highest roll is a 5.
That is not enough to get it. You gain 1 stress and 1 determination.
Ouch.
Unfortunately, when you try and flex, this strange man's strange, overly muscular body causes little frills to form on your jacket instead.
Oh no, he's using muscle wizardry.
Oh no, he's Flex Mentallo.
Yeah. Man of muscle mystery.
If you want to summon your army, you better do it now. Otherwise, I'll be taking you all down with my army, and then I'll be taking down the city that's behind you.
Well, if you insist. So, I would like to kind of establish something, or rather kind of reestablish something.
Yes.
As we have pointed out, Gordon the Green is actually Fey royalty,
Mhm.
hence his connection to Land of Fairy and his fairy chain and talent with extra dimensional sort of wizardry.
The art of hyperdimensional splendor.
Of course. And it is splendiferous. I think as that, maybe he knows quite a few sexy fae.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, of all various types, and an invitation is an invitation, and I'm sure they can't resist an invitation.
Yeah, no, that would be wonderful. Could you roll me a wizard check?
I would love to roll you a wizard check. I got a 4 and a 5.
That 5 is enough to meet what I was looking for. You were going to gain 1 stress.
Of course. And of course, to finish it all off, I think it would only be appropriate if, as commander of this army, took on my most sexy form. Big, green-furred beastie of sorts. I have to hide my true sexiness in this body with this accent, because otherwise it would just be too sexy for for most people, and they would be very upset at how sexual they find it.
And so you transform, and in doing so, you kind of rip a hole through space and time to let the Fae through.
Yeah, I do. What I do is I very much kind of like flex, and not the human form splits apart, and Beast pops out with the big antlers and hoofs and big bear claws and all of those things like that, and muscles that feel very inviting, and behind me a rainbow cracks in in this dimensional plane, allowing a door to open for fairy, or to fairy.
And it works. Like an army starts to come out of it. The problem is, like, the third one comes out and is wearing the outfit that you were just wearing.
Oh, That's awful. Well, at least I broke that when I did my flex. And with that, I take on a sexy accent as I had to hide my normal voice.
And our good Chad Luscious Blaster Dick sees and is like, that is barely an army. Show me what you think you can stop me with.
Perhaps this shall help to dissuade you from attacking the town. And Blade shall help out and create an assisting army
Yes, please.
with the use of Shadowmancy.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to bring his hands together and take possession of the shadows of all of the terracotta army and drag the shadows over to our side as army men on our side.
All right, roll me a wizard check.
A 5, a 3, and a 4.
Yep, that 5 is more than enough for what I was looking for here. And so you drag... you describe what happens when you drag these shadows over.
It's almost as if, you know how when the sun sets behind you, the shadows get very long and stretch away from their origin point. It's almost as if that happens, except the sun doesn't move through the sky. The shadows simply stretch as they come under our feet and behind Gordon's army as they suddenly start to rise from the ground until with a ripping sound they tear themselves free of the terracotta army's men's feet. And now we have our own shadow soldiers mimicking the originals.
And it's cooler because it's shadow.
They all have
Yeah, that's true.
they're your shadow equivalents, you know. So when they open their eyes, the little terracotta eyes, and they're all glowing red because that's what happens when you have a shadow clone.
And then Live and Learn appears out of nowhere in the background.
You've possessed my army that is based on me.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of that. And he is going to grab one of his terracotta warriors and smash it into another terracotta warrior, and then take the 2 broken halves that remain of those 2 terracotta warriors, and he is going to just toss them on the ground sexily. If this is going to be a battle, then you must murder me now.
And my most appealing bro, I go. I thought we agreed that this would be a sexy battle, a battle just purely of sexual might and prowess.
Don't shame what I'm into. I'm sexy horny for violence and battle.
Well, who amongst us isn't?
Your aesthetical pleasures that you have offered to me provide me no delight. I seek only the true heavenly bounty that is wrought for the erotic dance of violence.
I look towards Dominic to see if they have an answer to this as our most violent member.
So Dominic very sexily walks toward Chad Luscious and says, "Oh yeah? You really like the feeling the heat out there on the battlefield? Like the sensation of when you crack a guy's skull open and it smashes it in?"
Yeah, because then you get a skull you can fuck.
I'm not gonna let you knock me off my game, Luke. Then you get that burning in your chest and that heavy breathing after you knock them all down, yeah? And by this point, Dominic's crotch in his tight leather pants is like rubbing up against Chad's thigh.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. You want to give me your skull?
No, I think I'm going to take yours. And then he grabs Chad by the head and then just starts making out with it.
Yeah!
We finally got some kisses in here. I was going to say stab his neck, but no, this is sexy battle wizards. The sexy came first.
Yeah, roll for that sexy.
Okay.
Kiss.
Yeah, I rolled a 6, a 4, and a 1, baby.
You got it.
Yeah! I mean, yeah!
Describe what happens.
I assume Chad's a little bit taller, so Dominic starts to pull it down and then starts making out with this clay man. And then, while one hand's on the back of his head, he starts undoing the bronze breastplate with the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also, with the same hand, in one fluid motion, tosses his jacket aside. And, continues the makeout session to where they're both on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, sometimes There's nothing that beats the feeling of when you're on top, is there?
I enjoy violence.
That's good. Because, the only thing that feels better than ending a life is starting one. And then he continues to get up against Chad Luscious.
Mm-hmm.
And then as Chad is starting to get distracted, he kind of like looks over to his comrade and it's like, I'm distracting him. Do something.
Oh, of course. I turn away from a very, very sexy leprechaun that I was chatting up.
Oi, top of the sexy Martin to ya, Martin the Green. Would you like a sexy cup of whiskey? If you do, that's racist.
Well, he has very stylish shoes and like a nice hairy chest. I think like it's
And a cock for days.
yeah, of course. But I say, and again, my most appealing romance novel accent, right? I would like to try to take all this terracotta, because like terracotta is like earth and mud and clay and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to try growing flowers on them.
Roll me a magic.
Okay.
Or a wizard.
Yeah, or grow very nice, sort of entangling plants of all kinds.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 3s.
Oof. That is going to be a stress and a determination.
Okay.
All the terracotta warriors just grow giant phallic-looking vegetables where their dicks would be.
Oh,
You've only added to them.
Zucchini, cucumber, corn, squash.
I look kind of embarrassed at how my mind has been preoccupied with leprechauns and all sorts of other things.
Your mind's clearly not in the battle.
Well, no. And then, Dominic takes this opportunity to go, see how hot we're being right now? I mean, even your soldiers are excited. And then he starts to, say, oh, this is such a rush. Oh, imagine the kind of conquering we could do together.
Personally, I think that providing full attention to your lover is the most important thing, not getting distracted by my terracotta warriors, massive vegetable dogs. What?
Nazareth.
I kind of look back to on my other side where there is a very, very sexy elf, even by elf standards, and I look back at the leprechaun, and then I wink at them. I wink, Cockmaster 5000, or whatever his name is again.
Chad Luscious, Blaster Dick.
Oh, I'm Chad Luscious Blaster Dick.
So, homie, this was the name that his grandfather had.
It's an honorable name.
Put some respect on Chad Luscious Blaster Dick.
I'm sorry. I'm trying my best.
Chad Luscious Blaster Dick.
Chad Luscious Blaster Dick.
Chad Luscious Blaster
Chad Luscious.
Chad
I'm
Luscious.
sorry. Chad Luscious Blaster Dick.
And his last name does not have a C in it.
Oh, okay.
D-I-K.
It's 2 Ks, which is like metal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's always spelled in cool font.
Yeah.
What is Blades doing while one of their partners is growing engorged genitalia, growing engorged garden genitalia, and the other is massively making love?
Just kind of observing for a moment as things go somewhat awry. He takes a moment before flexing with his shadow army behind him and be like, if you want violence, I'll show you violence. Before he reaches into his beard and pulls out the void glaive, which has been stored in his beard.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an inventory slot, obviously.
A sexy inventory slot.
A sexy inventory slot, and we're going to fight these terracotta and simply smash them, cut them to pieces. Me and my army
All right.
of their own shadows.
Of their own shadows. Yeah, roll that battle.
It's two d6s. So that is a 3 and a 4.
You are going to mark 1 stress.
Mm-hmm.
You swing the void glaive, and the shadows all just extend the blade on your glaive, and it swings through their origin point terracotta statues, sailing above, luckily, Chadlesh's blaster dick and your buddy Dominic Astrollo's heads. And the terracotta army crumbles. The only things left standing are their legs and the massive garden genitalia. Though most of them have now technically gotten circumcised.
No more heads.
Hey! Well, no, the head.
So no head fucking crushes them.
You've destroyed my army while I was distracted by non-violent carnal pleasures. I will make sure all of you regret this day once I've carefully handcrafted a new terracotta army.
Well, if you want, if you're looking for things to get a little rough, put your hands above your head. I'm asking for consent, which is the sexiest thing that you can do.
I think we can all agree to that.
Yeah.
Indeed, even the edgiest of us can agree that consent is the sexiest.
Well, I appreciate your interest in continuing this fornication. I'm no longer interested in it with you, and no means no. Like I said, I'm to start handcrafting a new terracotta army for my revenge.
Fair enough.
Bring forth your most fragile of terracotta armies. They will crumble before our might, again and again.
I'll turn them into chia pets. And not like the good, sexy kind, like everyone's favorite TV painter or Weird Al Yankovic. I'll make them chia pets like Garfield.
Dominic pulls separate picture of Weird Al Yankovic and Bob Ross.
Sexy.
Sexy Weird Al Yankovic
Sexy
and
Weird
sexy
Al
Bob
Yankovic.
Ross. And then,
The sexy part was implied.
Yeah.
and then nod solemnly at both of them before putting it back in his jacket.
I like the mental image of him just having many photos of many sexy celebrities in his jacket instead of having like them on his phone or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a star wizard. Of course he knows celebrities.
He knows the stars.
Hey!
Chad Luscious, having seen his army destroyed, gets up, crunches down, looks back at all of you and says, "Revenge will be mine soon enough, but for now, I'm going to think of the cast of Sexy Touched by an Angels," and then just his dick erection just blasts him off the ground and he goes flying.
Like a pole vaulter.
Just sexy Bella Reese is a very powerful figure indeed.
Mm-hmm. And you all are left with this army of like 5,000 pairs of legs with garden-grown genitalia. And the town that is behind you that you prevented, you see a invitation come flying out. It is a handwritten note with little wings attached on the side, and there is a sticker that looks like a lipstick kiss sealing it shut. Who grabs the letter?
A pantless Dominic grabs the letter.
Yeah, I think that's only fair.
Yeah.
It says, "Thank you, Blades, Shadowcut, Gordon the Green, and other, for saving our town. Please, for the love of God, do not enter into the town of Bonafallen. Signed sincerely, Coccyx."
Any of you know a coccyx?
Maybe we should investigate the town. I say, slipping back on and crunching my actual, real, extremely super sexy for a limited audience of people who really think Beast from Beauty and the Beast is hot form back into my normal Instagram friendly one.
So you go from monster to Popufur.
No, I go from monster to Instagram influencer.
Yeah, Popufur.
We skip the middle ground.
And we will explore Bonafallen next time on RPG Pals Club.